Hi, everybody. It's Concerned American. Go ahead and like and subscribe and share with all your friends. You can also follow me on pilled.net. It's a censorship free platform. Go ahead and join pilled.net. Good morning. Uh, yeah, I got a few things on my mind, and I want to make this video. Saturday morning, I'm listening to everybody give their version of what they think is going on. And to be honest with you, what I'm hearing more is a pattern of fear, doubt, and negativity, and still pushing the evil agenda, because people call it the plan and the narrative and different things, but I think that's just ways to condition the masses to, because like once you speak it into existence so many times, then it becomes everyday vocabulary, and then people recognize it, and then it becomes acceptable. It's a way of conditioning. So instead of being like, this is what has happened, this is what needs to happen, I always hear people saying like, this is gonna happen, and it's gonna get worse, and then that's gonna happen, and then you're gonna be in a FEMA camp. You know what? That's not true. They use all of us so that way they can get away with their shenanigans. Okay, let me tell you something. Those FEMA camps, and it probably goes way back. The concentration camps, if you look underneath where those locations are, that's where they're taking people, and they're taking them in underground tunnels, and they want to have an excuse, and they want to make it reasonable. Like, yeah, people were taken to concentration camps, and then they disappeared. Yeah, why? Because there's probably tunnels underneath them, and it's all mental. Like, I'll tell you what, if somebody comes to my house telling me that I gotta go somewhere, they're gonna get hurt. They're not gonna take me nowhere. I promise you that. And you guys all need to learn that. That's why I do my push ups every day. So I'm eating good food. And I'm nonviolent, but if you threaten me, I'm very skilled and proficient, and I will use that. So they need to know that. And poverty. They want us all in poverty. No, poverty is controlled by them. It's not, they don't want us, they keep it that way. So when they're talking about the stuff going back to Joe Biden and the Democratic Party, if you guys all follow Q, and I don't even know about Q. Q's like kind of accurate, but then people always try to use it and be like, "Oh, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen," and people like, who are you? Who gives you the authority to tell you what's gonna happen? No. Let me tell you something about Joe Biden. Joe Biden has an ankle monitor on. Joe Biden is going senile. Joe Biden doesn't know what the hell is going on. I'm not even sure if that is Joe Biden, because if you look at, there was a time when all the politicians started changing the way they started looking. Like, either they can't get their supply of whatever drugs they were on, or they're affected by the electrical, whatever's going on with that. I don't know. Something's different, or they're clones, or they're CGI. Who knows? But I'm not there. I'm not there to actually see them talk, so I don't know. But I'll tell you what, they all look different. Social media, those are all controlled by everything, and the only people that get censored and get blocked off are the ones that say, I'm probably going to get my channel taken down. I'm probably going to get my channel taken down because I keep talking this nonsense. Like, no, you live in that world and you participate in it, and you still want to forecast it. That's why you're getting taken down. Um, Vaccines, we live in America, and our president passed the Right to Try Act. Our president has 91% approval rating at the VA. The VA is where they use most of the medicines first, okay, or drugs first, and then that's all going to change too, because we're going to get real medicine back. We're not going to be forced to use drugs. And if you want to take a vaccine, take a damn vaccine. If you don't want to take the vaccine, you don't have to. That's your God-given right. So don't let the television, don't let no one predict something for you, because they don't know what they're talking about. They're getting paid to to keep spewing what the Democratic media party wants, and those are controlled by the Italians, the the P3 and the P2 P3 Masons, the Vatican. The That's all been under siege, and those are actors in there too, and they're trying to use the Pope as a spokesman. I think people are this is way above people's pay grades, and people are trying to still use the media and tell people what's going to happen. No, who do you think our president is? He's a boss. He's the Don, Donald Trump. Okay, he's not. You don't know who you're talking about. All right, so I'm. I don't need to get upset about this, but I'm tired of hearing the ignorance. People are like this and this and that. Seems to me like you want it to happen. There's nowhere in your speaking about it like this is what was gonna like, and then especially with prophecy, yeah, back in the day, people had way more. Their gifts were way more stronger and more more active because they didn't eat all the junk food that we are eating, which prevents us from having these abilities. But anyway, back then they had super abilities. Jesus gave people gifts through the Holy Spirit. He anointed people and all that. And then what did they find out? Well, this goes beyond farther than that. But okay, so let's say the people with the gifts, the people who were in charge, they figured it out and they're like, all right, we're going to use these gifts and we're going to write a book, your plan, your agenda, whatever you want to call it, and then we're going to control people with it. That's what they came up with. But really, you have gifts. You have spiritual gifts. You can see the future. You can hear sounds. You can all this. But you're just stuck in this post World War II medical system. It's a drug system. It's not a medical system. In fact, they took out the medical colleges. All the real natural colleges, they eliminated them. After this was in the 30s when they closed down the natural medicine schools. There was over 40 of them. Then they shut it down to 2, and this was the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds. They took control of the schools and they started brainwashing people because they wanted to the chemical industrial complex and the pharmaceutical industry, which all goes back to IG Farben, which was contracted. They made so. If you guys are talking about what's going on today and you don't know your history, that's why you're going to keep getting stuck in these little loops. They say people who don't know or history is doomed to repeat itself. That's for idiots. That's for brainwashed people who are still being used to spell. You guys put out spells with what they tell you or what you're receiving, and then you're talking it out. What was I just talking about? Forecasting the future. I don't remember. Social media, vaccines, chips, poverty. With that being said, go search your history. Go find out what really happened. Because you guys don't want a war. They don't want us to get in war. Trust me. Because you know who's going to go to hell first? The people who started the war. We're all innocent. God understands what we're about. We might have, they want to label you as crazy or mental illness or unstable. No. You are receiving gifts from the Holy Spirit. You're understanding, you're recognizing it. And they're still trying to manipulate you. And they want you to be used to say that their stuff's going to happen. The people that predict the future, the people that write the propaganda, the prophecies, they're all the same and they're all evil. Not all of them, but most of them. So you can't listen to them. You have to listen to yourself, your heart. Read the Bible. You know the basic instructions before leaving Earth. Bible. It's a reason it's called the Bible, and it's been translated many times, but that's the truth. That's the patterns in there. The real truth is in there, and it's not the way that I don't know. People I don't know too much about it myself, so I can't talk about it, but I know when I read it, every time I read it, I get exactly what I need to get out of it, and I always ask the Holy Spirit to bring me some wisdom and understanding before I read it, so that way I understand what I'm reading. Because it seems like a lot of people just want to get educated in a version of their truth, but the truth is the truth. Like I heard someone say like we can only perceive like 1% of the real existence of everything, and in our 1% is like a whole universe, because that's, you know what I mean? And then but we only are perceiving this much of it. So long story short, if you live in a spirit of fear and you don't have real understanding, then you need to ask for wisdom first. Ask for wisdom. Don't ask for knowledge. Don't ask for power. Don't ask for ask for wisdom. Ask for humility, wisdom, and understanding. Then start looking at history. Look at interviews. Look at real documentation. Don't watch the news anymore. Don't let somebody tell you like, "Oh, this is going to happen." It's going to happen because they want it to happen. I want the opposite to happen. I got my chest, my back, my mind, everything. I got it all on the line. All right? God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. Happy Saturday. And I think it's going to be easier for us to relax than to have to worry about crazy people going crazy. This is why we have to wait for the results, and instead of saying right away that we won, and then it would have popped off. You would have had a bunch of paid people to come start some crap, and then you would have had people seeing it on TV, and then that would have just been monkey see, monkey do. No. Just relax, stay calm, and pray. You know, I'm focused right now. Just be safe. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe, and then you can also follow me on pilled.net. Go ahead and join pilled.net.